Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Hildibrand adventures. Previously, we journeyed to the frozen city of Ishgard, where we met up with this apprentice inquisitor by the name of Seer. We helped him track down a very suspicious individual, who turned out to be, of course, Hildibrand. We saved him from some, gentlemanly yetis, and, well, at the same time, it seems that there was this curious mammet buried in the snow, which is styled after a black mage. Hildibrand named it Gigi, and, well, I suppose we'll pick back up from there, so... Seer, what do you have to say? The Gigi situation. Seer must once more enter into a world he does not quite understand. I hope you never will, sir. I pray this day finds you well, Zephyria, or at least better than it finds me. It seems I have no choice but to seek out that inspector and convince him to surrender up his mammet to me. 'Twas unearthed under most suspicious circumstances, after all, and who can say what secrets or heresy it might hold? Therefore, the Inquisition would conduct a thorough inspection, and if needs must, destroy it. Given his affinity for the contraption, I fear the inspector may not be amenable to my request. Nevertheless, he must be made to see that it is in the interest of public safety. Would you be willing to help me persuade him? Sure. Fury be praised, at least you have seen reason. Let us pray he will as well. I am given to understand that while the inspector and his assistant have been wandering all over the city with the mammet in tow, they often frequent the gazebo near Fortole Manor. With any luck, they will be there now. A reasonable place to start looking. Okay, it looks like their positions have swapped from last we saw them. Fair enough.
Isn't she adorable?
She?
To the very pinnacle of the heavens.
Verily shall we scour all creation, from the deepest pit of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens, for the answers we seek. Every day shall be filled with grand adventures, the stuff of fairy tales and legends.
Huzzah! A grand adventure in the deepest pit of the seven hells.
Just so. Such is the creed of Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire. Oh gods, he taught the thing how to pose. Well posed, Gigi, well posed. I dare say you have the potential to be an exemplary inspector someday. Right, that's enough of that. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Halonic Inquiry Doctrine, I hereby command you to surrender the mammet of suspected heretical origin into my custody. Why, hello there, Zephyria, and Inquisitor Seer, ever the jester. Hey. Yeah, he can say it. Accusing poor Gigi of being a clockwork heretic when it's plain to see that he is merely a precocious young lad.
Oh, there you go again, confusing the poor girl. As if those big, beautiful, boxy eyes aren't the soul of femininity.
Nashu, please. Were you not witness to the magnificent display of Mandervillian masculinity mere moments ago?
That's because you haven't taught her any better. She needs a proper role model to show her what's what.
I don't think they understood a single thing Seer said. Oh, who's this? Mistress Jeste? Inspector Seer? What is all this commotion? We can hear you from the courtyard. Ah, Count Edmund. Oh, Lord Edmund. My sincerest apologies for the disturbance. I am come to seize this mammet on behalf of the Inquisition, a fact which I clearly explained to the inspector before you arrived. at which point they set to bickering about the contraption's gender. What say you, my lord? Do you think Gigi is a boy or a girl? 'Tis clearly a strapping young lad, no?
Fury take me, not you too. Has the whole world gone mad? Fine, but even supposing that this Gigi is a real boy, you cannot deny that the circumstances of his discovery and miraculous resuscitation were most unusual. He cannot be suffered to roam the city with impunity until the Inquisition has determined he is not a threat.
I beg your pardon. Miraculous resuscitation? I see. Then until such time as Gigi recovers his memory, mayhap it would be best if you adopted him as a ward of House Manderville. I will even stand as witness here and now, if you wish. Adopt? Then that would make me Gigi's father. Doubtless the Inquisition would think better of taking any action which might threaten the cordial relationship between our two houses. Yes, of course. I'll do it. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, do hereby grant this child the patronage of House Manderville.
Papa Hildy! Papa Hildy! The inspector's finally become a father! Oh, it's so beautiful.
Quite. Now that you need no longer fear the Inquisition, you are free to show Gigi more of our fair city. Indeed, I strongly encourage you to do so. Mayhap, by the grace of the Fury, something will jog his memory. Thank you, Lord Edmund. I shall not forget this kindness. Come, my faithful assistant, my beloved son. We must away. Oh, Haloni, I would not presume to question your grand design, but... Oh, confound it all! Well, mayhap I cannot detain the mammet, but I am still within my rights to observe the blasted thing. Lord Godbert will be pleased to hear that his son is as hale and healthy as ever. Not that I would ever presume to meddle in another father's behalf, and certainly not without consent. You're a cool dude, Edmund. I can't believe Hildibrand is a father. Yeah, maybe I'd better keep an eye on him too.
Car, look at all them halberds. I've never seen such a well-armed building before.
Yeah. I guess they're... Yeah, oh, even on the top. Okay. Judging by the size of their estate, they've wealth to rival House Manderville. How long must I stand around waiting for that mammoth to do something passably heretical? Come now, Gigi. Surely gazing upon this wondrous work of Ishgardian architecture stirs something within you. This grand manor of House Durin... House Durin... Maeltemsart. Pray do not fill the boy... The mammoth's head with such nonsense. That is the supreme sacred tribunal of Hellenic inquiry doctrine. I should know, I work there. Furthermore, I'm quite certain that there is no House Durin Maeltemsart, and that it is rather a ludicrous portmanteau of the four high houses, including the esteemed house which but recently stood as witness to your adoption.
Well, Gigi, do you remember anything? No, nothing.
I say, rather than parading him before the grandiose, why not give him a taste of something more prosaic? Let us make our way to the holy stables that he might bask in the singular sights, sounds, and smells of Ishgard's famous chocobos. Let's do just that. Patience. Patience, a watched heretic never sins. Really? Such noble creatures, chocobos. How many halcyon days did I pass in the saddle, racing across the windswept plains? Really? I can't imagine him doing that. So if I wanted hair that color, I'd have to eat plums, val fruits, and pineapples. But how many? Oh, that's cute. So, yeah, every player in Final Fantasy XIV gets their own chocobo companion. And to dye their feathers a different color, you need to feed them a combination of fruits, which is very, very archaic and obscure. I have my chocobo companion a nice purple, of course, but yeah, that's what that's a reference to. Splendid specimens of horsebird flesh, would you not agree? In the hands of a skilled jockey, any one of them could take first place at the saucer. Oh, right. The gold saucer is in this game, and it's owned by the Manderville house, so that's neat. Yeah, Godbird is the proprietor of the gold saucer in this game. I'm hoping this quest line will never take me there, because if I do, I'll be trapped in the mini games, as I always am when I visit. These chocobos are the pride of the Ishgardian cavalry, and any temple knight who dared exploit them for personal gain would answer to the Fury herself. How about now, Gigi? Do you remember anything about Ishgard? Be sure to sniff the chocobos, it might help. It didn't. You know, just because you found him in a Kurthan snowbank, it doesn't mean he hails from Ishgard. Which is why we ought to try taking him to the markets and exposing him to all manner of goods from across Eorzea. Excellent suggestion, Inquisitor. Wait, am I now complicit in this farce? Fury, forgive me. You're one of us now. Spoiled brat. A spoiled sprat, rather. But I want one! I want one! Buy me a chocobo, please, father! Father, that strange-looking thing is staring at us. Oh, I saw the stalker, by the way. Am I that strange-looking? Oh. He's gone. He was behind these sacks. Yeah, if Nashu's on the move, the stalker must be as well. If I were a stalker, where would I hide? Somewhere more clever than I care to look. Hello, Nashu. What if I picked one of my eyes closed and gave it as a name day gift to myself? Oh, I wonder what I'd get me. Huh. Receive your orders, detain your heretic, meet your quota. Fury, take me, it used to be so simple.
frightening on occasion, I grant you, what with my mentor's little episodes, but simple nonetheless. These goods would fetch a high price in Ul'dah. Why bother? It's no use. Now, Gigi, you must not give in to despair so easily. Did I not promise you days filled with grand adventures and the eventual discovery of your mislaid memories? Spirits, Gigi, spirits! Whoops. My word! A vase flung to the ground with reckless abandon. Could this be the opening salvo in an indiscriminate campaign of vandalism? One waged by your wild gesticulations, perhaps. At least look before you strike a pose. The gods only know how much that vase cost. 123,504,000 gil at last assessment. 'Twas over 700 years old, and graced the homes of a dozen archbishops, 8 counts, 2 lord commanders, and 1 duke. 100 million gil? Oh, Haloni, why have you forsaken me? Huh. Well, would you look at that? Now, was that turning back time or just repair magic? Huh. It's a miracle. Nay, the divine intervention of the Fury herself. Did I do that? Gigi, my boy, that was marvelous. You're a born artisan, just like father. Papa Hildy's papa? Your grandpapa Godbert, the man who woke you with a few gentle taps to the noggin? You wouldn't believe what else he can do with that hammer of his. Why, some folks say he wields the very powers of life and death. Once he and the missus come back from their tour of the Western Highlands, I'm sure they'd love to see that trick of yours. Do not demean this mammoth's power as a mere parlor trick. We just witnessed a miracle. I demand that you all acknowledge it. This mammoth. Sir, I say, sir, 100 million gil for the mammoth. Nay, 100 million gil and the Duke's priceless vase. My word, is this what passes for trade in Ishgard? Gigi is my flesh and blood. I will not sell him at any price. Please, Papa Hildy, no more. I know you mean well, but we can deny the truth no longer. I am a mammoth. Gigi, whatever has gotten into you? You are my son. You are a Manderville man. Listen to your papa, Gigi. You're a Manderville girl through and through. Stop it, both of you. You're not my papa or my mama. I can see the pain etched in Hildibrand's heart. Oh, man. The unmistakable scent of, well, perhaps not heresy exactly. Regardless, that mammoth's power cannot be allowed to fall into the wrong hands. Oh, children do say the most hurtful things.
Anything from you? No, you're just a merchant. Fair enough. Well, it is only to be expected. Gigi is at a rebellious age. Strange as it may sound, I too tested my parents' patience, and that on more than one occasion. But if they could weather the storm, then so can I.
I say we find out what's got him thinking he's a mammet.
But he is a mammet. How can you not... Oh, never mind. The measure of a mammet. Hildibrand knows in his heart that love transcends dimensions of time and space, definitions of man and machine. The course of fatherhood never did run smooth, but I, Hildibrand, guardian of Gigi, a doting parent extraordinaire, shall find a way to overcome this trial and be reconciled with my beloved son.
That's the spirit. Solving a simple case of childhood rebellion should be easy for a man who's unmasked thieves, defeated duelists, and led armies of the undead.
Yes, that's all very... Wait, what was that about the undead? Actually, don't tell me. For now, all that matters is finding that mammet. We should begin by speaking with the sentry stationed at the city gate and the airship landing. If Fury help us, he has left Ishgard. We need to know about it sooner rather than later. I will visit the Ark of the Worthy, while the inspector and his assistant head to the airship landing. You can question the guard at the gate near the manufactory, after which we will regroup there and share our findings. Dismissed. Let's hunt for that poor boy. Right away. Little fellow with a wide-brimmed hat. Aye, he came through here, brought passage on a supply ship bound for Falcon's Nest. One of them was named Lullifels, right? Funny little buggers. Seemed keen to be anywhere but here. Thank you, good sir. Well, if Gigi has left the city, it will not be by the main gates. And the sentries at the airship landing have seen no one matching his description. I saw him. Falcon's Nest! Fury take me, must we return to that freezing pit of despair? Wheresoever Gigi goes, I will follow him and find him and embrace him as my son once more. However, I surmise our final destination lies far beyond the walls of said outpost. Indeed, there is but one reason he would return to those frozen wastes. To frolic in the snow and cast his worries to the winds. Really? He seemed in no mood to frolic when I saw him. As I recall, he used his arcane powers to mend a vase, only to become morose and belligerent when it became clear to him that he was, in fact, a mammet. One might even say he remembered what he was, remembered his purpose, and so he returned to Western Kurthis, that famous breeding ground for heresy, where first we found him. Home to his heretic masters, to share with them the intelligence he had gathered in the city. At long last, the undeniable, the unquestionable, the unmistakable scent of heresy. What are we standing around for? We have a heretic to catch.
Inspector, I'm starting to think that Inquisitor Seer might not think very highly of our little girl.
It is possible, but I would not presume to know his feelings ere he voiced them explicitly. Oh, Christ. Until such time as he does, we should endeavor to surreptitiously bring him round to the opinion that Gigi is a boy of pure heart and good intent. Subtlety in all things, Nashu. That is the Manderville way. Is it? Is it really? Oh, brother. I've got no quarrel with Lullafel's mind, but you hear things sometimes, like how they've got a scheming nature, how they'll stab you in the calf for a handful of gill, and I like me calves just the way they are, thank you very much. Alright, I didn't really need to hear your casual racism, but okay. goodbye forever. Footprints, small ones. Oh, even her footprints are adorable. They almost look like they were made by one of those clockwork minions. Uh-huh. The track continues to the north. I would know those tiny footprints anywhere. Gigi came this way. Ha! I knew it. The mammoth immediately left the outpost and looks to have headed north along the river. By the Fury, I cannot wait to finally catch him in the company of heretics. I don't much like your tone, Inquisitor. If our baby girl ran afoul of any heretics, she'd look them square in the eye and tell them that she doesn't want any. Hey, Inspector, I think I just had one of those moments, you know, of insight. Maybe Gigi came out here to find Lord Godbert. I did tell her grandpapa might like to see that trick of hers. Brilliant deduction, Nashu. He must be eager to meet his grandparents. The self-same ones he renounced when he declared you were not his father? Ah, what a fine young gentleman, eager to explore his heritage. Let us make haste, my friends, for a reunion of 3 generations of Mandervilles beckons. I really can't be bothered. Huh. Okay, well, there's some dead deer lying around. And it seems there's a snowball fight going on. A one-way snowball fight. Wait, Gigi, what happened? The mammoth lies motionless in the snow, fragments of ice stuck to its cap, suggesting the impact of something small and round traveling at high speed. On your feet, soldier. My head. Who? Oh, it's you. You followed me. Oh, Gigi, if you wanted to have a snowball fight with your grandparents, you should have said so earlier. Papa Hildy was very worried, though he is glad to see that you are unharmed. It would seem he was struck by a snowball, much like these Steinbocks. These dead Steinbocks. Are you sure he isn't damaged? As if a mere blow to the head could fell our Gigi. We Mandervilles are made of sterner stuff. I myself have been driven headfirst into the earth on no fewer than 24 occasions, several times from moms above, and my mind is no less brilliant for the experience. Oh, that explains a lot. I expect the Earth was no less brilliant for the experience either. Why are you nodding? Oh, he's behind me, isn't he? What good fortune to cross paths with you lot so far from civilization. Forgive me for not taking notice earlier. I was engrossed in my duel with Julian. But how rude of me. Would you care to join us? Grandpapa Godbert! Grandpapa Godbert! Mama Nashu says you wield the powers of life and death. I beg of you, Grandpapa Godbert, grant me life. Make me a real boy. Are you sure about this, son? It may sting a little. I will endure whatever I must to become a real boy. Then let us begin.
Huh. This body is everything I ever wanted. It's perfect. Thank you, Grandpapa Godbert. Thank you.
Oh, but I have not even begun to begin. Bayergott, guide my hammer. Oh, God. Yeah! Papa Hildy, I'm a Manderville man. Gigi, my son, come to your father. Let me have a look at you. Papa Hildy. Gigi. A truly beautiful expression of love. Oh, I'll admit my eyes are watering. Oh, now that brings back some memories. Papa Hildy? Oh dear, who could have done such a thing? By the Fury, it's just like the vase all over again, miraculously restored to its original form. Gigi, my boy, upon further consideration, I believe that this body may suit you best. It is, how shall I put this, more manageable? And much more adorable. But how can I ever be accepted as your son if I remain a mammet? Is that what's been troubling you all this time? But why didn't you say so? A Manderville is more than mere flesh and bone. He is vigor, compassion, honor, a gentleman for all seasons. You man or machine, it makes no difference. If they call you a mammet, you look them in the eye and say, "Nay, I am a Manderville mammet." Mother, Father, forgive me for not consulting with you earlier, but circumstances forced my hand. I have formally adopted Gigi as my son and ward of House Manderville. Ye gods! I knew he was fond of the mammet, but did you hear that, woman? Our son's gone and got himself a son.
Grandpapa Godbird! Grandpapa Godbird!
Huh, it all makes sense now. Grandpapa Godbird and Grandmama Julian. I've been waiting years to hear those words. Grandpapa Godbird, Grandmama Julian. Few things in life are grander than becoming a grandparent, as they say. Ha ha ha.
And what's so bloody grand about it? I'll not be made grandmother to a bloody buggering mammet. It's past time I beat some sense into my beloved boy.
Ooh, grow a heart.
Fury, take me. I'd heard the tales of dark nights before, but no, it couldn't be. No, I think it was something far worse. Heretical, like as not, but rules be damned, I'm not risking my life to find out.
Huh. You okay, buddy?
They're mad. Utterly mad. The whole damn lot of them. How their house could rise to such prominence I will never understand. Well, at least the mammet seems to have overcome its existential crisis. Before today, I didn't know a mammet could even have an existential crisis. Wait, what am I saying? It's a mammet. Why should I care what it claims to think or feel? Fury, take me. Their idiocy is infectious. Mustn't allow myself to fall prey to it. Follow procedure, report to your superior. One step at a time. One step at a time. You'll get used to it. I did. Whoa. Now, who are those three? Huh. Well, back to Foundation then. Wait, is this going to be the end of the chapter? Huh. I think it might be. Yeah, this is where we started up with Seer, at the start of all this. Right then. My superiors, having been informed of the mammet's adoption by House Manderville, as witnessed by House Forteau, proceeded to take me to task for my gross mishandling of the situation. They remain convinced that the mammet is the product of heretical machinations and have commanded me to redouble my efforts to prove this incontrovertible fact. That may prove problematic, however, as Gigi seems to have forsaken his quest to recover his memories and thrown himself wholly into his new life as a Manderville mammet, casting about for any hint of a case alongside his doting father. In any event, though I do not share my superior's conviction, I think it's safe to say there is something exceedingly unusual about the mammet. You saw with your own eyes how effortlessly I restored that vase, and itself, to its original form. Reconstructive magics are not particularly rare, but his are unlike any I've ever seen before. Oh, there you go. Yeah! See you, Inspector. Next time. Huh. Well, okay, that's 2 in a row. I guess that means, yeah, alright, these, Ishgard chapters of Hildibrand are quite a lot shorter than A Realm Reborn. Huh, so, yeah, okay. For the A Realm Reborn videos, I had been uploading them, well, making them go live once every other day to compensate for their extreme length. Like, I had a few videos that were an hour 30 minutes long, then the finale part of that story arc was 2 hours. But these 2 I've done so far are about like 40 minutes or so. Shoot, I might want to go back to daily uploads, at least for this section. I don't know. I guess I need to play it by ear, but yeah, I guess you'd know this already, but yeah, I guess I'll make these Ishgard chapters of the Hildibrand adventures go up daily, like I usually do for video uploads. Alright. Fair enough. Huh. Well. Certainly an interesting mystery around Gigi. I completely forgot he had those magical powers of restoration. No, those 3 shadowy figures in the black robes were dressed like Ishgardians, and very high ranking in the temple, or the church, whatever they call it. Something smells fishy, but I guess that is why Hildibrand is on the hunt for a case. So maybe he'll dig up something interesting next time. For now, I'm Zephyria Jeste. There's been more of the Hildibrand adventures. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.